Stop, come back. So right here, they're pinned back on their side of the field. Like we don't need to be so panicky on defense just yet. And we just try and we try and win a ruck that we're just not winning. And we're crawling through, we're on our knees at this point. I'm not sure if we have our feet, whoever the first person there is.
That's me, I think.
You were the second person, and actually you joined somebody else. I think that penalty was on who was ever in front of you. I saw them drop to their knees and kind of crawl through. But
That
at the
was
same time,
me. I think it was for coming in from the side because the ball popped out. So I like made the ruck somewhere else.
yeah,
So I think that's me.
That's kind of what I'm talking about, Corinne. It's just like, well, especially when they're still pinned on their side of the field, like we don't need to get super aggressive yet like that. Like we were kind of holding them. They weren't really getting any ground on us there. And yeah, we could probably just have stayed out of it. But we just can't be coming in from the sides. That was a big thing from that game in Monadnock too, that Tara told us that another referee might have given us a yellow. We need to come in through the gates. We're going to talk about more this week, just about like what the gate is and like how we're supposed to enter the ruck. But the main thing is like, I want you coming into a ruck, like straight on, basically. Like the simplest way I can put it is I want you coming in straight, like head on with the ruck. You shouldn't be coming in at like an angle when you come in for it. Yeah, we just need to hang on to the ball. And that ball needs to go out wide. Like we're doing a good job setting everything up. Like this ball needs to get to the edge. And we just get caught playing with it in the middle of the field again. But that was another opportunity to kind of just get the ball out to the wing. We had people out there. We were set up. The ball just needs to get there. And yeah, it's just pick and goes, guys. It's literally, it's nothing else. And now they're starting to feel confident, and they're kind of they start to run better, in my opinion. This is a great way to start the half, Robbie, because we needed it. We needed a little energy, but this is how we want to be running with the ball all day. And you get a good offload here. We're running in support. Like that was like a good way to start the half. That's a lot of energy. And when you guys attack like that, which you're very capable of it, you guys are very difficult to stop. And we just need to keep supporting each other here. And this ball needs to go out. And this ball should go to Robbie. And we need to be with an extra person here. We need to have another person in. And we're just slow getting to that breakdown. We don't have enough people into ruck there, and we lose it. But we can't be doing those pick and goes unless we have that fourth forward back in our pod. Like it's just too difficult to recycle those piggies 2 times with only 3 forwards in the pod. That fourth person needs to be there, or a back needs to jump in and be that fourth person. But we lost the ball down here because we didn't have enough people. We didn't set up the right way. But if you guys just take care of the ball and ruck together, like they weren't going to stop you for another 20 meters there. Like that's a try. Those are points we left on the board. You know, we probably should have scored 2 or 3 times by now. And like we need to set post pillar here. Instead, we get stuck in a ruck that we're not winning. And we're still not setting ourselves up. And they just walk in. Still nothing that crazy. Need to set post, need to set pillar, need to get back 10 if he calls a penalty. We can't get stuck looking at him. Corinne, you did a great job counter rucking. This is a beautiful counter ruck. You got low, you pushed, you didn't get it, but you won a few doing that same exact thing during this game. Great job. Like you need to be that, you're quick enough there, you're getting low and you're driving over the ball. One of the reasons Corinne's doing a good job at that is that she's not getting sucked in on poaching. Like poaching is great. Go for it if it's there. But like, I think it's way more beneficial to just try and kind of like ruck and kind of push that first person out of the way and drive them back. And you can bring it back, Catherine, just to this kick and whatnot. Because I'd have to say this is probably the only way they attacked you guys that really impressed me, was that I told you this girl has a good foot. And as you can see, we just got sucked in and we really don't have anybody back here to defend this kick. And she puts it in a great spot. But that's how difficult it is when you run into somebody who actually knows how to use their foot. And that falls on everybody in the back 3. This fullbacks, wings and stuff. Like we all need to be communicating and we need to be ready for it if we know this girl has a foot like that. I don't know what I don't know what he was making calls on for some of these guys. I have no idea, really. He was not a good referee. But I think this is the play you guys run to Robbie. Okay, so pause. This is a great play we have here. But you can bring it back. Pause it, please. Robbie, you're already staring at her before she throws the ball. You see how your head's turned? Like it completely, you're giving away what we're doing. You kind of, you have to stay looking the other way just a little bit longer before this ball comes out. Because I don't know, a better front lifter there will notice what you're doing. And you're already kind of turning here for the ball. But you could play it, Catherine. It doesn't matter. You get it. And just run through all these people.
Yeah, there was a bit of miscommunication. So like I look back, I'm like, are you throwing the ball? And then yeah.
Do you guys have is there a cue for when you're throwing it? What's like the timing? What's the cadence for that?
I think on Thursday we were talking about there was like an extra hop when I throw it. That way she knows that I threw it.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, it's okay for you to turn your head even like a little bit before she throws it. It doesn't have to be like simultaneous, but like on that, you pump faked once and your head was just like completely turned around. So we just need to iron out that timing because they won't stop that play as long as you guys run it. You gotta get lower, Hillary. And again, just like look at how many people they commit to their breakdowns and whatnot. Like they played everything extremely tight. Good job jumping on this ball, Nikki. That's great play. We need to be hustling way harder to get around there, though, especially after we go backwards. And these pods, like I said, we need to be running with more speed before we get these balls. And now we're finally starting to get the ball out to the edge. And I think we should probably keep going, but we just can't hang on to the ball there. But we're starting to push it sideline to sideline. Like the setup is getting there. We're a player or two away from really kind of stretching the field and seeing what we can do with this. And I just want to say, great job, everybody, just having to move around positions in our makeshift pack for this game. We got banged up and we needed people to kind of fill in. And guys, that was a good, really good drive. And right there, go back. Catherine wants the ball out here, Grace. I can see her yelling for it. And she has Lauren and Hillary out there with her. Go ahead, you can play it. Pause. Sorry, you have to go back again. Just missed it. But look at how Catherine, Hillary, and Lauren are set up on that edge right now. Pause it. There's nobody flowing over there. They've congested themselves so much on offense that when we get the ball back, it's going to be really hard for a team like this to spread back out because they've all just kind of grouped together. And now we really kind of have them panicking because now they've overcommitted to Rux, and all we need to do is get this ball out to the wing. Play it. And we just get stuck going back to this pod that just ran the ball. And now we go back to another pod in the same exact channel. And we're just now getting this ball out now that they're set up. So we ran a whole bunch of phases there, and I think we just went backwards and lost the ball. Also, Grace, you can be standing way closer to the 9 here. And that ball came out the tunnel. He should have reset that. Like, none of this play should be happening right now. It should have came back to that scrum. Right here, we need to be lower at that post and pillar, or they're just going to be able to do that all game. And yeah, you guys have a great few defensive phases there, kind of holding them. And Catherine, you tackled great all game. One of the reasons for it. And the stupid soccer net's just in the way right now. It's the same old thing though, guys. They're just breaking our line. Christine, you do not need to be in that. But good job getting out. And see, you're in position. Need to set post and pillars though. We especially for this lady, we made it way too easy for her. Grace, you need to let Jane clear out that ruck for you before you go in for the ball and make it easier for yourself. right there. That's a good time to drive. You both ended up with one. That was a great time to counter ruck. They got stuck with one person in, and you guys drove her over. That was a good time to try it. It's a good run. That's good. That's better support. We need to drive there though. And we should just pass the ball with two hands there. And I think this is the first time Hillary's touched the ball. But that's you guys finally getting the ball out to the edge. That's what we're looking for. It finally happened there. Good support there. That's a good ruck. It's just that when we run these crash balls, we want to spread out even when we're crashing the ball in. Like right there, Elizabeth was just way too tight. And it just makes it harder for us to get the ball out on plays like this. And, you know, you guys just ran a bunch of really good phases, and now we just went backwards on one play. And like right here, we should probably keep going to the edge again, and we come back inside. But we probably want to go one more play out to the edge there. We need to be running at Hurricane sideline. And now we're going the other way. We should be trying to attack the other edge. And we just get caught flat-footed. We need to be taking steps when we pass the ball. And that's a great line out. I really think that line out you guys could throw to a second pod. I don't think anybody's gonna be able to lift with you guys. Again, Grace, you can be way tighter to their scrum half. You can literally be standing like on top of her.
Yeah, it was wild because I was running touch at that point and he like didn't like he told her to back off at one point because I think he like didn't realize that she like the 9 wasn't standing right next to their 9 because he must have thought she was playing 10 or something. I was like, get right up her ass, like get right with her. And he was like,
No,
no,
that's crazy.
she needs to be
So he
5
didn't know she was
meters.
playing. She didn't know
Yeah.
he was playing scrum half. Oh, what an
Yeah.
idiot. All right.
He was like, she needs to be 5 meters. I'm like, she's the scrum. And then I know we had already gotten talked to about talking back to him. So I tried to be quiet, but it was like, she's the scrum half.
Okay.
She's allowed to be there.
No, thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
for that insight. I was curious. Okay.
Yeah, he definitely told her to back off of at least one of the lineouts when I was touch judging, and then like forgot. And then I know particularly on that, like right when we were in that corner for the scrum, that he told her to like back off again and be 5. And I was like, nope, you're the 9. Get in there.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. That's good to know. Was that the last play, Catherine?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Let me hear from the floor then. Is anybody overly impressed with South Shores rugby? Does anybody think that was some crazy stuff they just pulled on you?
Fuck no.
Yeah, I can answer that question. No, guys. They played very simple, very basic, but they took care of the ball and they supported each other. And like one of the things I've been trying to tell you guys, like you can run a system however you want. You can set up and organize. You still need to play a certain way. You still need to be supporting each other. And like you just need to see the way that the way they clumped up together. It's not the way that I would teach it. But at the same time, like they were all there for each other. They were all there to hit their rucks and they took care of the ball super well and they ran hard because of it. And honestly, like you guys need to start thinking that way with what we're doing. You know what I mean? You guys need to be that connected, especially since we're spreading the field a lot more than that. You guys are relying on staying in your pods and staying in teams of 3 way more than they are, because they're just clumping 4 forwards together and just recycling through and just seeing if they break the line, but they were able to do it. And just if you're going to go back and just watch this tape on your own again, do it. And just notice how Catherine tackles, especially because she gets low and she drives her legs and the people move 3 or 5 meters backwards every time. And if we're getting beat by pick and goes, I can tell you right now, that is the way to stop it. If they're just going to try and pick and go off rucks all day, you guys need to get tougher on our posts and pillars. You need to get low and you need to start driving them backwards, and they need to start trying to do something else. Because if they tried to do something else, I think you guys would have been a lot better off. I think you guys would have been able to defend them if they tried to spread out and run pods and hammers and nails. And I think you guys would have done okay with their back line, even though their back line was pretty athletic and they had some girls who could run. I don't think they overwhelmed you guys. I really don't. I think that you guys just kind of got beat at the basics. So again, this weekend before Portland, because that's going to be a good Portland side, I bet they're going to try and run through you just like this team did. We need to get ready mentally for tougher tackles. Like we're pushing people back, positive tackles, and more positive runs. We want to be running way more aggressive and we want to be rucking way more aggressive. And it's just the little things. Those are just the things we have to start with and whatnot. Does anybody have any questions before we head out and whatnot? No? Okay. Thank you everybody for jumping on this morning. I'll see you all at practice tomorrow. Let me know if you can't be there for a practice this weekend too, and you're going to be at the game. I'm just curious. And update Team Snap for the game, please, by tomorrow, so I can do lineups for Tuesday.
Eric, I can't be
Okay.
there tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you, Lauren. I'll send you an email.
Okay. I'll be there
Okay.
Wednesday, but I can't be there tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you. Good to know.
Okay.
Anybody else on here need to tell me that right now? Okay, cool. Have a good afternoon, guys.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yep.
Adios. Thank you.